Baby, you're a stitch man. Baby, you're a stitch man. Baby, you're a stitch man. Duh. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hi. My name's Darcy, and this is my first attempt at some sort of a really awkward, uncomfortable floss tube. We're 19 seconds into this thing so far, and I already feel really uncomfortable. I can see my face on my phone, which I don't like. I can see myself looking at my face instead of looking at the lens, which I also don't like. I'm trying really desperately to not look at my face right now, but I can see my mouth moving, and it's really distracting. Anyway, do my best to plow through it. I put sort of clean clothes on. I put pants on, which is a really rare thing for me. Put actual pants on. I took a shower so that I would smell nice for everybody. Here, lean in. Take a big whiff. Doesn't that smell nice? So, here I am. The house is empty. The only people staring at me are the cats. They look really weirded out right now, but whatever. This is a good opportunity to finally do this, so I'm going to try to do it. I first discovered Flosstube about 2 years ago now, and it was the greatest thing ever. I couldn't believe something like this existed. My wife came in and I said, I've just discovered the best thing you won't even believe what I'm watching right now. And she said, what are you watching? People cross stitch? And I was like, yeah, I am. I'm watching people cross stitch. It's the greatest thing ever. Since then, I've gotten to know some of you, even though I've never actually spoken to any of you watching your floss tubes. I stitch along while you're floss tubing and keeps me company. The one that really got me into it, and that was always my favorite right from the beginning, was a guy named Kyle Reckemeyer. Hope I'm saying your name right. I don't know what happened to him. Unless I just don't know how to work YouTube anymore, it doesn't look like he's posted any videos in 8 months. Does anybody know if he's still alive? I hope he's still alive. Kyle, come back. We're supposed to be bros. We're gonna be best friends. We're gonna have a beer together. We're gonna stitch together. We're gonna be men who cross stitch, complain about losing their hair. You can't see it right now, but I got a big bald spot right here. I'm really self-conscious about it. You're not gonna see it. All right, take a look. Ah, Kyle, we need you. Come back. We miss you. I miss you. I can't say we. Maybe nobody misses you. I miss you. So, anyway, when I started watching and really getting into these floss tubes, I, of course, immediately wanted in. How do I get in? I want to be part of this. I want to be a floss tuber. So I had my first floss tube all mapped out in my head. I was gonna dive in right away. I was gonna tell you about the stuff that I was working on. I was gonna tell you that my wife was pregnant with my first baby. I've never had a baby before, and I had one on the way. He was gonna be born in 2 months. I remember specifically that I was gonna say he's 2 months away, and I've got 2 months to squeeze in as much as I can before shit gets crazy. And now that little 2 month away baby is a couple of weeks away from being 2 years old and already walks and talks and has a really extensive vocabulary with words like fuck. I have no idea where he would have heard a word like that. So, just a tiny bit about me, I guess. I live in the Maritimes. That's in Canada! Yay, Canada! We're all super excited about Joe Biden up here. At least everybody that I've ever met is. I don't think I've ever met a real life, in-person human being Trump supporter before, but they must be out there somewhere. 73 million people voted for him. I've never met one. They're like a unicorn. They exist, I guess, but try to find one around here. I've never met one.
And he was saying that China has total respect for Donald Trump and for Donald Trump's very, very large brain.
Anyway, I learned how to cross stitch when I think I was 10 years old. I was in elementary school, and they set up a bunch of these workstations that were like artsy, crafty kind of bullshit that like I didn't really care about any of it at the time anyway. And I kind of just got stuck with cross stitching because I didn't know what anything was. I didn't know what cross stitching was. I didn't know what anything was. So I kind of just got stuck with cross stitching, either because it was the last thing left or probably because there was a cute girl that I wanted to sit next to. I don't know. But anyway, I took the cross stitching station when I was in grade 4, and what the fuck? I loved it right away. I couldn't believe, like, it was easy. It was fun. I understood it right away. I made a tiny little horsey. Horsey, ding, 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 ding. And from there I made a bookmark, and then I made another bookmark, and then I just got a little bit bigger and more elaborate as the years went on, and I've been doing it ever since, and I still love it. Oh my goodness. Sorry, this is probably going to be kind of choppy because I keep starting and stopping. I don't know if you notice or not, but I don't know how you guys have these full-on hour-long floss tubes that look like you just turn your camera on and just start talking, because I'm lucky to get a 3-minute chunk before I have to get up and start over. So for the most part, for a really, really, really long time, years and years and years, I really liked cross-stitching, but it never occurred to me to do one and keep it for myself. It would be a present for my mom for Christmas every year. That would be my yearly. I would do one a year, and I'd give it to her for Christmas, and that would be that. So my mom has mama's boy. So my mom has, I don't know, 15, 20, 25, I don't even know. She's got my cross stitchings all over her walls right now, which maybe I'll go there, take some pictures or something, and save that for some kind of a future floss tube, some of the stuff that I've done over the years. But, oh my goodness. So I was in my late 20s when it finally occurred to me that, you know what, I like some of these things too. I mean, I always enjoyed cross-stitching. I have some patterns in mind that I've found over the years that I think would look pretty cool on my own wall. So when I was 27 or 28 or however old I was, I finally started doing some stuff for myself. And I've got 3 of them right here that are currently hanging on my walls. Well, I took them off the wall so that I could show them to you because I don't want to get up and move around. Here's one. This is the first one I ever did that I kept for myself. Ah, get away from the glare there. Fit it all in. It's kind of big, I guess. It popped out to me because I love red so much, and when I just saw like drab black, white, and gray and this big pop of red, it caught my eye right away. So this is the first one that I ever came across that I thought, I think that would look pretty good on my own wall. It's this big. I'm a pretty big guy, so if you have perspective of 6'3". Anyway, that's the first one I ever did and kept for myself. Fucking thing. Won't stay. Maybe I should just go put it back on the wall. Okay, I've also got this one that hangs on the wall near my front door. Fucking glare. Maybe this side would be better. I really like these big-eyed... Maybe I should just back up. Ah, fuck it. I really like these big-eyed cartoony whimsical looking stuff. Whimsical is a word I really like. Anything with whimsy, I'm usually going to gravitate towards. So I really like this one. It was a pretty quick, easy, didn't take me very long. One of the reasons I liked it. I like the whimsy of it, and I like that it didn't take long. And I also have this. That's John Lennon. When I came across this, that says Imagine here, hang on. That says Imagine right there. It looks kind of backwards because my camera is backwards. I'm not sure if when I edit this, I'll be able to flip that around or not, but we'll find out. So when I came across this one, because I love the Beatles so much, that when I came across this one, everything else that I was working on got completely put on hold, dropped immediately, and did this. Because it was the best, coolest, only really Beatle-related cross-stitching that I ever came across, and I had to do it. And I had to do it right away, so I did. The one that I'm currently working on, I've got it over here. Hold on, I should have been better prepared. This is the biggest one that I've ever attempted. I mean, not that that really matters. Like because I've always said, if you know how to make one stitch, you know how to make 10 million stitches. So the size doesn't really matter. But the amount of time that it takes matters, because I've been working on this fucking thing for 8 years now. I shouldn't say fucking thing. Makes it sound like I don't like it. I love it. But fucking 8 years? 8 years ago I started this thing. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. Hello? If you can see that. It's called Princess with a Himalayan Cat. She's got the big eyes. She's kind of whimsical. She also looks like she's got kind of an attitude. So, I'm finally, 8 years later, down at the bottom of the, here, this last part right down here goes down a little bit farther than this and then stretches along the whole bottom. And then it's going to be done. I'm not, before you ask, I am not taking these things off and unfolding it so that you can see. As much as I would like to do that, moving these fucking things around is the only part of cross-stitching that I absolutely hate. I hate moving these things. And look, the size of this thing, I'm a pretty big guy. I'm 6'3". This thing flops over me like a kind of a small blanket. I think I have a picture of it. My most recent time that I had to move these things around, I took a picture of it. So if I can use my movie magic to snap that in here. There it is. So anyway, you can see the size of this thing, the way that I've got it rolled up here. I've got paper clips keeping it off my hands. I've got this thing snapped because I pushed it so hard. I'm not taking this thing off if I don't have to. So you're just going to have to admire it, I guess, from the little section you can see. You can see the cat there that sits on her lap. Hey, meow, 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 meow. I'm a cat, I'm in that corner. Anyway, so that's what and when I say that I've been working on it for 8 years, it's a little bit of an exaggeration. It's not an exaggeration. I started it in 2012, but I haven't been working on it every day for the last 8 years. I stopped and I did a bunch of stuff in between. So like I probably could have finished it in 2 or 3 years if it was the only thing I was doing. And if I didn't have a baby. So, I'm pretty confident that 2021 is going to be the year that I finally finish that damn thing and get it hanging on my wall. Finally. Although, I do have another one that I want. I've got it all sorted and all ready to go. And I kind of want to start it now, even though I don't like having multiple projects on the go at the same time, especially when I'm so close to finishing one of them. But as much as I really like this one, and I want it to be done already, it's so not fun to do. Just all I really have left is dark black, blue, and like, okay, I get a little bit of like aqua greenish, bluish in there, but like mostly what's left is just really dark blue and black. It's just kind of boring. So I picked one that I want to do for my son that is a kind of a more Alice in Wonderland-y, whimsical looking, colorful Cheshire cat. Yeah. This, I mean, when I start doing this, I'm probably going to get sick of all the purple as much as it looks appealing right now, because I'm just so used to doing like drab black, blue, and gray. This looks like really appealing to me. I really want to start this right now because I like doing color because it's more fun. But I don't know. As much as I want to do that, every stitch that I make on that, I'll have in the back of my mind, that's a stitch that you could have made on that other one and get it just done and out of the way finally. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to start it, but it's going to take time away from finishing the Princess with the Himalaya. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to start it because I'm dying to do something with a little bit of color. But when I'm so close to finishing my other one, am I really going to want to push back? You know, if I could finish it by mid-2021 versus the end of the year, or maybe even 2022, make it a full 10 years before I finally finish that friggin' thing. I don't know. We'll see. I've also got a million other patterns that I'm dying to do. Stuff that I want to do for my wife. I've got one picked out that I want to do for my best friend. I've got a bunch that I've picked out that I want to do for me, for my mom, for like whoever wants them. You want one? I'll do one for you. You want one? But I used to feel like when I was younger that I had all the time in the world. I've got a stack like this big. You can't even see my hands. My stack is so big. That's how big my stack is. You can't see my hands. And I felt like I had all the time in the world, that I would eventually get to all of them. But the years are ticking by like minutes now. And I'm 38. Shh, don't tell anybody I'm 38 years old. When am I going to have time to do all this stuff? I finally am at the point where I feel like I have to actually be discriminating, because some of them I lay out in front of me and I look at them and I know that in my lifetime, I'm just not going to get to them. And it's kind of sad. So I have to make sure that I really, really like what I'm doing, which was a huge consideration when I started this, because I knew that it was going to take years. And I thought, yeah, I like it now, but am I still going to like it in 5 years or 10 years or however long it takes me to finish it? Because what if I don't? And what if I get halfway or most of the way through it and I don't like it anymore? It was a real struggle for me to settle on that one, to be sure that I was going to like it when I got older. Thankfully, I still do, even though looking back, there's another really big one that it was going to be one or the other, and I probably should have picked the other one. Shh, she can hear me. Don't tell her I said that. But I don't know. I really like this one. It's going to look really cool on the wall when it's finally done. It's huge. It's like the size of a poster, or like a big poster. La la la. I got a little bit off track there. I can't remember what I was talking about. Hey, look, it's me. Hi. I've also got one more that I don't really think about when I think about works in progress, air quotes. But here, I've got it over here. This one, I started this a few years ago with the intention of giving it to my mom for Christmas. And for some reason, I got more than halfway through it. And I looked at it And I convinced myself that she wasn't going to like it. So I abandoned it and I started a new one. And I've never done that before. But for some reason, here, this is what it... Unprepared again. Flipping through pages. This is what... Fuck, how many pages are there in this thing? This is what it would look like if it was ever finished. It's a moon with a face. Can you see that? Hey, old man moon. Old man moon. It looks pretty cool. I really like it. And I don't know. I got down to, I'll show you how far I got, but I just convinced myself that this is the wrong thing to be doing right now. And instead, I stopped doing this and I did this. And I gave this one to my mom, which I think was the better choice. It turned out really good. It looks really good on her wall. But now I'm stuck with this. I got this far, rolled it up, stuck it in a drawer, never touched it again. And I've never done that before. Especially with one that's actually like this cool. Like I really like it. It'd be different if it was like a little bookmark or something. Just, okay, I don't want to do my fucking donkey bookmark anymore. I'm just going to throw it in the garbage. But this is pretty cool. And I think it would look really good when it's done. But here it has sat for, I don't know, 4 years now. And I'm starting to feel like maybe I should finish it. I don't know. What do you think? I like it. Just because I don't think that she would like it, maybe she would like it. I like it. I have walls. Look, there's a blank space right here. Although John Lennon hangs there, so it's not really a blank space. I just took it down so I didn't have to get up and move my camera around. But I've got plenty of wall space. I think it's pretty cool. Maybe I should finish it. But it takes time to finish stuff. Time. And as I get to be a man of a certain age, time seems to be a harder thing to find than it used to. Where did the last 2 years go when I was supposed to start floss tubing 2 years ago, and now this is my first one, and it's 2 years later? Like, where did that 2 years go? I put it in my other pants and lost it in the laundry or something. I have no idea where that time went, but it's gone, and I don't know where I'm going to squeeze all this stuff in that I want to do. Does anybody know where I can find some time? Anyway, is it there? Is it there? Time? Where are you? Why are you? Well, anyway, I've got a lot more stuff that I could probably squeeze in here, but maybe I should spread it out a little bit to give myself a little bit more motivation to not just give up on this after one video. So I guess I don't know how long this is going to be when it is over, because I've started and stopped it so many times that I'm going to have to piece it together like a jigsaw puzzle. But there it is, my first attempt at a floss tube. I hope everybody liked it as much as I like yours. If nobody watches it, I guess I don't really care. I mean, I'm not going to say I don't care. I can't even get the words out. I care. I hope people watch it. But it's not going to stop me from doing it, because as awkward and uncomfortable as this has been, it was actually kind of fun. And I think it'll get a little bit more fun if I do a few more. So anyway, happy floss tubing. And I hope to get to know some of you, even though I feel like I already know some of you, but you don't know me. So now that I've dipped my feet into the floss tube pool, maybe we'll actually get to know each other a little bit. Kyle, come back. I need you. So anyway, I wrote a bunch of stuff down. I took a lot of notes. I typed a lot of things. I said a lot of things. And I forgot to include an ending. So I have no idea how to get out of this right now. I feel like I'm locked in and I don't know how to get away. It's like I'm standing at the front door trying to get to my car and somebody just keeps pulling me to, oh, did you hear one more thing? Give me one more hug. Give me the end